Uh, Now her mom's name is Linda, and she's writing me from. She's actually in California, and it says Sherman Oaks. I'm not 100% sure where that is, but I know it ain't on the East Coast. Now I'm sure it's like Northern California. In any event, her mom's name is Linda, and this young lady's name is Denise. Denise is 17 years old. I have thoughts that last, that have been around longer. Some ties and maybe some shoes, I think. But she's 17, and she's writing here, and she says, "Hi, Greg. I finally know your name. I don't have to call you the meme machine now, right? Well, that's the name of the show, but I am one and the same. I'm schizophrenic, and so am I." And it says here, she said, "I'm actually crying while I'm writing this email or typing this email. I want to be a podcaster. I want to do what my friends say that I can't do. I want to be able to go on and tell my story and be. I mean, I'm trying to do this phonetically because it's kind of jarble around a little bit, but my mom said that I should ask somebody who would know rather than just watching YouTube videos. Well, your mom is very smart, because you're going to get a lot of different stuff from all over the place. And you know what? Her name is Denise, like I said, and she goes by Dee Dee. So we'll call you Dee Dee. You're going, the people, keep this in mind, Dee Dee, the people that have the most to tell you on what you should do are the ones that know the least. Remember, I said that. I wish somebody would have told me that a long time ago. Okay. I was 15 years old when I was licensed and I passed the course and I got my first gig and everything and started DJing. That was in the 80s. It was a long time ago. But I do remember how I felt, and I'll get to that in a second because this is a heartfelt letter, and I wanted to share it with you guys out there. So she goes on to say that I want to do this and that, and I bought the equipment and I found out what I need and the software and this and that, and I want to go on YouTube and I want to do this. And she goes on and a little bit here, and once again she mentions that she's crying while she's writing it. She went to do her first live, I guess, a podcast. Um, I think she says Twitch on here, and she didn't go through with it. She said that she got so nervous and she thought she could do it, and she some people are mic shy and some people don't like being on camera, and I understand that it's not for everyone. You think you can, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh," and that's actually very normal. That's a very normal reaction to have. It is. So she didn't go through with it, and she scrapped it, and she just wouldn't come out of her room, and she was crying, and she didn't want to go to school. And I don't want to divulge everything on here because it's kind of on a personal thing, but she's reaching out to me. So she's saying, I want to be able to do what I think is the best way to do it, but I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Is there any tips or tricks? I could really use some. Can you help me with that? And she said a couple of other personal things there, and she signed it, Denise, and in parentheses, DD. So, and I'm flattered that you would even ask me. It was nice because, like I said, most of the time I get emails, and either people are being, like, hey, way to go, or being very cordial, or or just being flirty or whatever it is, and that's all cool. But once in a while, you get a legit. I mean, this looks heartfelt to me. This doesn't look made up. And am I going to give you any tips or tricks, Dee Dee? No. And I'm going to tell you what I am going to do for you. I'm going to give you something that can really help you. And it's going to be right from me to you. And I speak from personal experience. I'm going to give you a kiss. All right. KISS. Keep it stupid simple. Keep it stupid simple. Kiss. Very easy to remember. And let me explain. You know, who are you? Lay on your bed, go into your room where it's quiet or whatever, and there's nobody around and everything. Lay on the bed, face up, and close your eyes and find out who are you. Ask yourself, who is Dee Dee? Who am I? And the reason I say this, and it's going to connect and make sense in a second, is because if you don't know who you are, how is anyone else? Because people will see you as you see yourself. So you can't dwell on this and dwell on that. You need to know, who am I? People always say, well, where do you want to be and aspire to do this? But forget about the long term goals and this. And I've never liked that. I always liked a bunch of short term goals because it seemed like I could get to those a lot faster, and I would kind of collect them, and it was a lot quicker. And then it gave me the confidence that I needed to get that long time. What the hell? I don't even know what I'm going to have for dinner tomorrow. I'm supposed to know where I'm going to be in 5 years. So scrap that. Just find out who you are. And you have to ask yourself a few other questions. These aren't tips or tricks. This is life. So, no, it's not for everyone, but how do you know? Well, do you want to fit in or do you want to stick out? Seems like a simple enough question, right? Do you want to fit in or do you want to stick out? Because once you're in the public eye, whether you're a podcaster or a gamer or a streamer or whatever it is that you decide to do, or maybe you become a broadcaster like I did and go on radio, or even if you're doing just a little small podcast or whatever, that's totally cool. They say, oh, there's hundreds of thousands of podcasters that, every week, every month, and they give you all this gumption to do this and that, and you should do that. You know what they don't tell you? The hundreds of thousands that quit every week. And I know that sounds negative, but there's a reason why I'm mentioning this, because if it was easy, everybody would do it sustainably. In other words, some people are just trying it and they're sticking their toe in the water, so to speak. They're testing the waters. You either, the way I grew up, either you do it or you don't do it. You don't do it half-assed, because then you're hurting yourself. And are you doing it for them or are you doing it for you? You can't go out and ask people to do this and ask people, oh, can you and do that? I made that mistake, and friends and family or whatever, they were just being cordial and being nice and, oh, okay, I'll subscribe. But they're not really interested, most of them, and they're just being nice. You know what I mean? And the first follower you get, the first, is your mom, stuff like that. I have followers. They go by IRS, FBI, and CIA. No, I'm kidding. But you're going to get this. So it's like opening up a playground. The Meme Machine is my playground. I've had that Meme Machine Media, the LLC, for a very long time, and that's my playground. So I invite people to come to my playground, and this is what I'm going to be no matter what. Either they come or they don't. I'm not going to go out and drag people into, because they don't want to be there. That's the mentality you have to have if you're going to do YouTube or Twitch or Kick or whatever it is that you aspire that you want to be on, whatever platform. My best advice is to KISS. Keep it stupid and simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Find out who you are. Don't reinvent yourself online. People say that from time to time. I believe that to be bad advice, because people will see right through you. Trust me, if you're not being you. You have to be yourself, but you have to be different. Well, if there's only one you, that makes you different. Think about it in a very simple way. You could work very hard, but there comes a time where you have to work smart. That's what I'm trying to say. So figure out who you are. If you are passionate about a specific thing or a topic or whatever, figure it out. And you know what? You're going to do your first one. You're going to finally go through and you're going to do it. And you know what? It's going to absolutely suck. Yep, it's going to be shit. And that's good, because that's a prerequisite for getting better. Mine was too. I remember I was close to tears. I was 15 years old. I had just done my first wedding. I was doing mobile DJing and everything. And I screwed up the name, and I did the, and I didn't know if I ever wanted to do it ever again. And I went home and I didn't want to talk to anyone, and I was really upset and everything. And there's that little thing, the thing that nobody can teach you, and it's inside of you. It's like that little person that's inside of you. And there's only two things that person does for you. Either you listen to the person, you go forward, or you stop. There is no middle ground. For me, I decided to go. And I'm glad that I did, because it was so easy. Quitting is so easy. You know what I mean? I think it was Michael Jordan that said, you miss every shot you don't take. It's true. And you're never going to fail. The only time you fail is when you stop trying. Remember, I said that. Keep it stupid and simple. All right. And I'm not going to help you to get you ready. I'm going to do you that favor. But I will help you when you are ready. So remember what I said. Take it with a grain of salt. Your niche will find you. Do and talk about whatever you want to do. And I don't care if it absolutely is disgusting and horrible or whatever it is. If you gave it everything you had, everything that you know how to do, you can always tweak it and make it better, and you're going to get better. And then you build confidence and everything like that. If you complete one, like your first podcast, your first broadcast, your first stream, whatever it is, you were a winner because you did it. You're a winner. You got to look at it that way. Don't listen to the noise, the naysayers. There's going to be a ton of them. There's a ton of obstacles. I don't want to get into all that right now. But like I said, I'm not going to help you get ready, but I will help you when you are. And only you will know. You'll know. And I'm not going to tell you, don't cry. I want you to. And I know that sounds rough. Get it out. Because once you're done, then you're going to know. Then and only then if you're ready. So it's not a tip and it's not a trick. Remember, do you want to fit in or do you want to stand out? So find out who Dee Dee is and don't be the best podcaster. Don't be the best streamer. Don't be the best gamer. Don't be the best influencer. Don't be the best of any of those things. There's only one thing. Be the best Dee Dee. The other stuff will come later. Your niche and your audience will find you. All right. And if you fall off track, and I know it's going to happen where, and you feel like you're totally off track and this isn't working right. And I'm not sure about this or that. Stop yourself for a second and just remember it's going to be okay. Just remember that you're only one kiss away from it being all right. I hope that helps. I know it's a lot to digest, but nobody ever told me how to do this or that. I had to find my own way. So if I can help you, you could go on YouTube all day long and get tips or tricks. This is real life. So find out who you are, and then everybody else will know too. And I'm sure you're going to be wonderful. I wish you the best of luck. And if I can help you in the future, I certainly will. Reach out to me. All right, Dee Dee. So good luck to you. Remember, the Me Machine loves you, babe.